morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Today, we're bringing you an exhibition game between the Hanshin Tigers and the Orix Buffaloes from the Osaka Dome in Osaka, Japan. And we're first going to give you the starting lineups for the visitors from the crosstown rivals, the Hanshin Tigers. Leading off and in center field wearing number 5 is Koji Chikamoto. Batting second and playing second base is number 62, Kai Ueda. Hitting third and in left field is number 7, Sheldon Noisy. In the cleanup spot and playing first base, number 3, Yusuke Oyama. Hitting in the 5 spot and playing third base is number 8, Teruki Sato. Hitting sixth in right field is number 1, Shota Morishita. Batting seventh and doing the catching is number 2, Ryotaro Umeno. Hitting eighth is the shortstop, number 38, Ryuhei Obata. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Akihiro Ayagi, and they are going to be facing a right-hander in the means of Dai Yamashita, who takes to the hill for the Orix Buffaloes tonight. And that is what they'll be facing today. So the Orix Buffaloes lineup, leading off and playing shortstop is number 9, Tomoya Noguchi. Hitting second and doing the designated hitting is number 5, Masahiro Nishino. And the 3 spot is the catcher, number 4, Tomoya Mori. And the cleanup spot and playing in right field is number 99, Yataro Sugimoto. Hitting fifth at third base is number 6, Yuma Mune. Batting sixth and playing second base is number 8, Marwan Gonzalez. Batting seventh at first base is number 67, Kai Nakagawa. Batting eighth in center field is number 33, at Sumasa Chano. And batting ninth in left field is number 38, Ryoto Kita. And they are going to be facing also a right-hander for the Hanshin Tigers. It'll be Akihiro Ayagi, who is in their batting order tonight, as he is doing the pitching for the Tigers. So those are your starting lineups. And we are ready to get this one underway as the Buffaloes are on defense here to begin the ball game. Defensively for Orix tonight, from left field to right field, it'll be Kita in left field. The center fielder is Chano, and the right fielder is Sugimoto. And the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Koji Chikamoto. That first pitch was at 154 kilometers an hour, just shy of 96 miles an hour. There was a fastball swung on and missed at 58 kilometers an hour. And so the right-hander Yamashita has come out throwing gas immediately. No balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right field. Moving over underneath it and making the grab is Yataro Sugimoto for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Kai Ueda. So Chikamoto retired for out number 1. We're going through the rest of the defense for the Buffaloes. Around the horn from first to third, it's Nakagawa at first. Marwan Gonzalez at second. The shortstop tonight is Noguchi. And third base is Yuma Mune. And here comes the first pitch offered to the left-handed hitting Ueda. It's a fastball that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Exhibition baseball here between the Tigers and the Buffaloes. It all gets going for real next week. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count goes even to 1-1. We will be back on the airwaves tomorrow and on Saturday, North American time, as we will bring the Yomiuri Giants and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles to you. There's a fastball that's upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Ueda. Not a full house at the Osaka Dome. A little surprising, as these are crosstown rivals. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 2-2. I know it's exhibition baseball, but generally speaking, it is a tough ticket to get when the crosstown rivals are playing one another. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. It is to Ueda, and here's the 2-2. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Interested to see what Sheldon Noisy's looking like in spring training. Noisy, of course, was the offseason acquisition by the Tigers. He is waiting his turn on deck. Here comes the 3-2 to Ueda, and it's a fastball swung on and missed. And Ueda's in the books for out number 2 here in the first inning. That'll bring up the aforementioned Sheldon Noisy. They pounded the hitter Ueda there inside on a lot of the pitches, and that last pitch, 3-2, was a straight-up fastball right down the middle. And the right-hander Yamashita blew it right by him. So here we go. Here comes the First offering to Noisy. Noisy bats from the right side. He was an Oakland Athletics prospect. He had been dealt to the Dodgers, and he swings at the first pitch and lines it right to the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. And he is gone for out number 3 here in the first inning. And that will do it as the Tigers go 3 up and 3 down. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through a half inning. It is the Hanshin Tigers, no score. The Orix Buffaloes coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call the bottom of the first inning after these musical notes. Appreciate you guys for listening in, whether you listen live or on delay. Special shout out to Jimmy at Redbeard Breaks, popping his head in here to check it out. We'll be back in 30 seconds with all the action. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order for the Orix Buffaloes. That means Noguchi, Nishino, and Mori to get things going here in the bottom half of the first, as the Tigers went in order in their half, as they are going to be facing, arguably last year, the ace of the staff for Hanshin, Aogi, who was 13-4. And he is taking to the hill here, the 29-year-old, making his start here of the spring, looking to repeat his performance. This is his 4th outing of the spring. And he will be going to work here to face the top of the order in Noguchi. So the right-hander works from the stretch position, though there's nobody on, and he kicks and delivers. And there is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. He is a I'd say he's basically a sidewinder. He's not a submariner, but he is a sidewinder, and that's something rare. You see it in North America. You don't see side armors throwing as starters, as there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. That's a very low arm slot. Can make it tough on the hitters, as his ball does have a lot of run to the right-handed hitters. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field. Moving over is Chikamoto, but the ball is going to get past him. It's down and it's off the wall. Digging for 2 is Noguchi, and he's going to get in there standing up with the first hit of the ball game, a leadoff double into the opposite field gap. And he is aboard here in the bottom half of the first inning with nobody out. Brings up Masahiro Nishino. It was a well-struck ball, 2-0 pitch. He got a good fastball to hit. He was right on time with the pitch. He was able to stay inside the ball, Noguchi, and drive it the other way past the center fielder Chikamoto, who was shaded to right field. So runner at second is Noguchi, and it brings Nishino to the plate. As we mentioned before, exhibition baseball here tonight. We're getting ourselves warmed up for the season, which is all going to get going in a week's time. We'll bring you more action tomorrow and on Saturday, North American time. As here comes the first offering to the left-handed hitting Nishino. As the righty Aogi delivers a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. No homers and 1 RBI, and batting .471 in the exhibition season is Nishino. He gets the nod as the designated hitter tonight for the Buffaloes. Not in the lineup tonight for Orix is Frank Schwindel, but Marwin Gonzalez is one of the off-season acquisitions. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. Defensively tonight for the Tigers, from left field to right field, it's Noisy's in left. The center fielder is Chikoto, and its right fielder is Morishita. Around the horn from first to third, it's Oyama at first. The second baseman is Ueda. The shortstop is Obata, and the third baseman is Sato. As the right-hander Aogi kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. So Aogi has fallen behind both of the hitters 2-0, and he's having to battle his way back. He is not in mid-season form yet. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher, Umeno. And on top of us calling the games, we look forward to having everybody, as we say, whether they listen live or on delay, there's a breaking ball that misses outside to Nishino, and the count is now 3-2. We're going to be doing our daily predictions. That's going to start for the season opener between the Kaido Nippon Ham Fighters and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. So every day, check out our community page, and we will give you who we think is going to win the ball games. We'll keep you up to date on the daily of all the action throughout the year in the NPB. And there is a fastball that misses down and away. It's going to be ball 4. Nishino is aboard. That's going to put runners at first and second, and it's going to bring the catcher Tomoya Mori to the plate, and it's going to bring a conference to the mound. Well, another acquisition in the offseason for the Buffaloes has been Tomoya Mori, as Mori was the catcher for the last few years with the Saitama Seibu Lions, and he was acquired in an off-season deal. Of course, the loss for Orix is going to be in the lineup of Masataka Yoshida, but one would have to think that the off-season moves that they've made, acquiring Mori as a catcher, he fits right into the 3-hole. And then you got Marwin Gonzalez and Frank Schwindel, 2 import players that have had pedigree in North America. Some of the players that the Buffaloes have brought in recent years, other than maybe Adam Jones, haven't always had the great success in North America. Or maybe it possibly have been long in the tooth. I know there's been some players at the AAA level who've performed. And there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. But one would have to think these are 2 established big league players, or at least in the terms of Gonzalez for sure. Schwindel had a really nice run for the Cubs a couple of seasons ago, but he wasn't able to repeat that when he was given the opportunity last year. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Mori as Aogi holds set. And he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 2-0. That pitch looked pretty close. But because Aogi hasn't been around the zone, he didn't get the call. 10 pitches so far in this one. He's thrown 8 balls and only 2 strikes. So difficulty locating his pitches here in the first inning. As the right-hander gets the sign and he works to the set position. He checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses way outside. It's 3 balls and no strikes to Mori. Well, if I'm Tomoya Mori, I think I'm just going to put the bat on the shoulder right here and wait till he throws me something fat right down the middle. As the right-hander is struggling here. Not a good sign for him here in the early going. So here's the 3-0 pitch. As Mori waits, Yogi delivers. It's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 3-1. Really have to wait for the home plate umpire because there's a lot of backdoor movement on the pitch the right-hander has. And we have to kind of wait because the umpire is a little bit slow in his delivery to give us the ball in the strike call. So here comes the 3-1 offering now. Mori waits in. Yogi checks the runner, and now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. It squirts away from the catcher of the Tigers, Zumo, and that's going to load the bases. So back-to-back walks issued to Nishino and Mori. Noguchi advances over to third. Nishino goes to second. Mori is the runner at first, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Yataro Sugimoto. Well, Sugimoto strides to the plate. Batting here in this one. Another important part of the Orix Buffaloes lineup. He did not have as good a year last year as he did in the 2021 campaign. He is a regular in the lineup, right field, designated hitter. And here comes the first offering from Aogi, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Yataro Sugimoto. Right-hander, Aogi gets his sign from his catcher, Umeno. He's ready to go back to work as he kicks and he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side. The count now goes to 0-2. So the starter for the Tigers has himself in some early difficulties. He's trying to dig himself out of this here. In the exhibition season, Sugimoto's been on fire. He's hit 400 during the exhibition season this year. Yumamune is waiting his turn on deck. So here comes the 0-2 pitch to Sugimoto. The offering is on the way. It's a changeup that is swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Sugimoto on strikes for out number 1. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yumamune. Well, Aogi here, it looked like it was a change piece, but it was actually more of a two-seam pitch that was, as we said, delivered off of the side, as Aogi's more of a sidewinder than anything else. And so it really took a little bit of something off that one, and Sugimoto swung right through it. So that brings Yumamune to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 gone. Mune in the exhibition season is hitting 280. 26-year-old hitting from the left side. Waiting on the first offering from the right-hander Aogi, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Mune. Yumamune, a very important part of the Buffaloes over the last couple of years, getting a chance to be a regular. He's seemingly locked down the third base position. He's got no homers and 1 RBI in the exhibition season. So waiting here on the offering from Aogi, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung and is tap foul over on the third base side, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I just watch Aogi's arm action, and just, I don't know, maybe he doesn't throw hard enough to put the tension on it, but boy, he really leads with his elbow. He's got a very low arm angle. Just wonder the amount of stress that puts onto that pitcher's arm, and certainly the elbow. If he threw harder, well, maybe he wouldn't be pitching right now. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner. Mune doesn't like the call as his head snaps back, and the count goes to 1-2. We got to look at the replay on that. And you can't give up on the pitch because there is a lot of backdoor movement from the right-hander here. So the pitch looked like it was coming inside, but it appeared to catch the inside corner to make the count now at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mune. As the right-hander kicks and he fires. It is a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to second. They go to short, stop covering at second for 1. Back to first. It's going to be an inning-ending double play. It's going to go down as a 4-6-3 double play. And the Buffaloes are going to be lamenting their opportunity here, as that is going to retire the side. They load the bases with nobody out on a double by Noguchi and back-to-back walks to Nishino and Mori. But a strikeout by Sugimoto and a double play ball by Mune has killed the rally. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and only 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 1 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes no score and the Hanshin Tigers no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call, the top of the 2nd inning, when we return after this. Appreciate you all for being with us. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the Hanshin batting order to come up here to face the right-hander Yamashita, and the first pitch is delivered as a fastball to Oyama. It's swung on. It's grounded over to short. It is fielded neatly by the shortstop Noguchi, who fires to first, and that is going to retire Oyama on a ground out 6-3. So one pitch and one away quickly here in the second inning, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Teruaki Sato. Well, for Sato on the exhibition season, he's hitting .204 right now as the big left-handed hitting third baseman. When I look at certain types of players and I try to project guys, to me, Sato is a guy to keep an eye on, at least from a Major League Baseball perspective. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs here in the exhibition season. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1, but there are times that he is, I don't want to say clueless at the plate, but that might be a good way to describe it. There's a breaking ball that drops in. The count is 0-2. He had a stretch, I believe it was a couple of seasons ago, where he had an 0 for 20 plus stretch at the plate, hadn't had a hit in however many at bats. And he looked awful in doing it, as he was just swinging and missing and whatever else. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 0-2. But that being said, like when you look at his physique and how he swings and how he approaches it and what he looks like he is a player that could be of interest to major league type teams. I'd like to see more of him play. So there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-2. Don't get a chance to see the Tigers as much, but of the players, he's one that's caught my attention. Whether or not he can play and produce at a consistent level with the Tigers remains to be seen, as he is a young fella. Here comes the offering from the righty Yamashita. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Sato is gone on strikes for out number 2 here. So just like that, 2 quick ones in the books, as Yamashita walks the ladder and blows the high heat by Sato. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Shota Morishita. Well, for Morishita, he enters the game tonight hitting .350 in the exhibition season. The first offering is a fastball that just misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. The 22-year-old getting the nod tonight in the exhibition game, batting from the right side against the right-hander Yamashita, and there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 1-1. I have to say that first pitch fastball looked a whole lot better. He's got 3 homers and 7 RBIs in the exhibition season, does the right fielder Morishita, as he takes a offering that is down for a ball, and the count is now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Should he be able to get on, it'll be the catcher Ryotaro Ueno who waits on deck. And there's a fastball swung through and missed, and the count goes even at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. One would have to think this game is going to skip along fairly quickly. The exhibition games usually do. There's not a big crowd, as we mentioned tonight, at the Osaka Dome. Normally, that's not a big concern. It's an exhibition game, but you'd think that the crosstown rival and the 2 teams being local, they would pack the house a little bit more than this. As a split finger pitch misses down, it runs the count full to Morishita. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the right-hander Yamashita works to the set, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is lined into center field for a base hit. A 2-out single by Morishita. That's going to put the first runner aboard for Hanshin this evening. That is going to bring up the catcher, Ryotaro Ueno. Well, Ueno enters the game tonight hitting .238. He's getting the start here. Get a chance to take a look at that swing by Morishita. He is your kind of classic tapper. He really brought his foot back and was able to keep his weight back, stay inside the ball. It was a good swing by Morishita, driving that ball into the center field. So here comes the catcher, Ueno, who waits here, the 31-year-old, batting from the right side. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Ueno getting the start here. He's got no homers and no RBIs. He's hitting .238 in the exhibition season. All these stats go away next week when it all starts for real. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder Sugimoto, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Tigers in their half of the second inning. Well, as we skip along quickly here, there was no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're through 1.5. It is the Tigers no score, the Buffaloes no score. Hang tight. We'll be back with the bottom of the second inning when we return after this. Exhibition baseball from the NPB, getting all ready for the upcoming season, starting in a week's time. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order for Orix, and leading off it'll be Marwin Gonzalez. He'll be followed by Kai Nakagawa and Tsumasa Chano. So it'll be 6, 7, and 8 here for the Buffaloes. Marwin Gonzalez, of course, a offseason acquisition. He's batting 192 with no homers and a couple RBIs in the exhibition season. Probably his best years, you could argue, were with the Houston Astros organization in the MLB. He's also played with the Minnesota Twins and the New York Yankees and had a cup of coffee with the Boston Red Sox. He takes a fastball outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. 20 pitches in the first inning for the right-hander Aogi. And 9 of them were balls, so he had a good finish after his questionable start as the fastball is taken for a called strike. The count is even at 1-1. Appreciate you dropping in there, Jimmy, and thanks a lot. As he says he's listening on his way into work. You two have a great day, and he's pulling for the Buffaloes as there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 2-1. Catch up with you soon, Mr. Jimmy Redbeards. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Gonzalez. He bats from the left side, and now he asks time, and now he's got himself back set in and ready to go as Yogi gets to the rosin bag and picks up a little bit of the rosin, and he's ready to go as well. And here comes the 2-1 pitch as he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. This is how it sort of started for Yogi in the first inning. He fell behind the hitters in each of the first 3 batters of the inning, and then he was able to retire Sugimoto and then induce Mune into a double play. So he is living dangerously here in this one. And there is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right field. Racing back is the second baseman. And it is going to fall over the head of Ueda. And that's going to be a base hit for Gonzalez. He's got a leadoff single here in the second inning. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Kai Nakagawa. As Nakagawa strides to the plate, he bats in the spring with a .360 batting average. Does Nakagawa. He was also a part of the championship-winning team last year. He played in the Japan series. He's got 2 homers and 6 RBIs on the spring. Batting from the right side against the right-hander Aogi, who kicks and delivers. He squares to bunt, and it's bunted foul behind home plate, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As we mentioned, it is our exhibition season as well. We're getting our tune-ups. We did some of the games in the World Baseball Classic. We'll call some Major League games throughout the year. But we are going to be loaded up with some Japanese games. Our schedule is posted for the next 10 days ahead, or actually more like the next 12 days ahead. So if you're looking ahead, you want to join us, be sure to check it out. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. As we mentioned, we're going to call the Golden Eagles and the Giants over the next couple of nights, as there'll be some of that action going on as well. And then we'll get ourselves tuned up for the regular season next week, as it'll be the Golden Eagles and the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters in the season opener from the brand new Escon Field in Sapporo. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. Excited to see that. And then throughout the year, if you're around with us and you decide to stick it out and listen to us throughout the season, we will be in Japan in August and September. So giving some live reports. Hopefully you guys can join us for some of that experience as well. So here comes the 2-1 pitch as the right-hander Aoki kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down and in. They appeal down to the first base umpire, but they say he didn't go, and that's going to run the count to 3-1. So I wonder how long the leash is for Aoki here tonight, what his pitch count will be. We are a week away from the season, so one would have to think they're going to stretch him out as far as they possibly can. I'm thinking probably 80 to 90 pitches. And here comes the 3-1 as the right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. It's going to run the count full to Nakagawa. So it's very interesting. The amount of movement that ball has, the backdoor run on it, can really be tough on the right-handed hitters. It looks like it's coming across the plate and it darts in late right onto the hands and ties the hitters up. And that's exactly where his success lies, is Aoki. Here comes the 3-2 now. As the right-hander works in the set position and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded through the 6-hole into left field. It's going to be a base hit. Sheldon Noisy picks it up and he fires it back into the cutoff man. And that is going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. That'll bring up the center fielder, Atsumasa Chano. So runners at first and second, nobody out. And Chano stepping to the plate. For Chano in the exhibition season, hitting a smooth 462 with no homers and a couple of RBIs. He's wearing the always popular number 033. I wrote down 33. I saw 033 as he's, I guess, considered a development player. I'm going to have to go and take at that. He bats from the left side. Here comes the offering. He squares the bunt and he bunts it foul right off the mask of the catcher. And that is, of course, of catcher Umeno. No balls and one strike. He's got a job to do. He's got to get the bunt down. Having an excellent spring. Sometimes we see, especially some of the players, there's a player for Orix when we saw the Buffaloes play last week. He's wearing number 133. That is, I believe, Leonardo Cedeno. Classic. Get to see the triple-digit numbers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes even at 1-1. No sign of bunt there by the left-handed stick. A little surprising that they would put the bunt on and then take it off. As the brass for the Buffaloes look on here in their half of the left-handed stick. He's got a very wide stance. He waggles the bat. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Aoki. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. Good piece of hitting there by the left-handed hitting Chano to be disciplined to wait off that pitch. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Ball had a lot of late life to it. So here comes the 2-1 offering as the right-hander holds set. Now they throw down to second, and Marwin Gonzalez gets back in there safely. They had a play on. He was able to get back to the bag. No problems. So the runner at second, Gonzalez. The runner at first, Nakagawa. Chano at the plate here with a 2-ball and 1 strike count. He's waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander. Checks the runner, and now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble, but it just hooks foul down the right field line. Oh boy, that would have probably scored one and maybe even got Nakagawa home all the way from first. He did not miss by much. That ball was absolutely missiled. So Chano's going to come back. We'll do it all over again with a 2-2 count this time. He was right on the pitch, that is for sure. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. He looks like he is wound tight. He's got his bat moving like crazy. He's got everything. He's got his weight back. He's in load. The hands are in launch. He's ready to face the offering here. And the pitch is a fastball that is knife foul down the left field line this time. The count is now 2-2. Good piece of hitting there by the left-handed hitting Chano. A pitch was off the outside corner. He just flicked the wrists at it to get it away. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it remains. As the lefty waggles the bat, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Aogi, who checks the runner at second. And now he does the inside move, the old-fashioned spaghetti move, and chases the runner back to second base. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. We got Sunshine in here. Who asks, where are you from? We're from Canada. Where are you from, Sunshine? Thank you for popping in tonight to the stream. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander Aogi checks the runner at second. He holds set, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Racing back over on it is Chikamoto, the center fielder. He's going to make the catch. Almost collides with the right fielder. He fires it back into the infielder. Both the runners at first and second have tagged. They have now moved up into scoring position, so the center fielder Chano getting a lot of high fives as he's flown out to center field. Both of the runners will advance. Gonzalez moves over to third. Nakagawa moves over to second. Runners are now at second and third with 1 gone here, and it's going to bring up the left fielder Ryoto Kita to the plate with 1 gone and runners at second and third. So our friend Sunshine says from Odessa. That's nice. Welcome to the stream, and hopefully you enjoy Japanese baseball. So runners are at second and third. The Tigers have the infield in here in this situation, as it is Kita at the plate. He bats from the left side, and he waits on the first offering from Aogi. It's a fastball that misses up and in for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Kita is hitting .250 in the exhibition season. He's got no homers and a couple RBIs. He's 5 for 20. Batting from the left side against that right-handed throwing Aogi. As he waggles the bat, waiting here on the offering. Here comes the pitch. He kicks and he delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count now runs to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. The outfield is pretty much straight away for Kita. As we said, the infield is in on the almost the what we would call the artificial grass, maybe a couple of steps behind the green of the infield, and there's a fastball that misses outside that runs the count to 3-1. There is a free base here for Aogi as the top of the order Noguchi is on deck, but I don't know if you want to go to Noguchi because he's a pretty quick runner. And that might take away the double play possibility. We'll have to see what happens here. Here comes the 3-0 offering as the right-hander holds set, and now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses inside, and that's going to be ball 4 as Kita has drawn himself a 4-pitch walk. That's the 3rd walk issued to the ball game here by the righty Aogi. It's going to load the bases, and the top of the order in Noguchi is coming to the plate. So both innings, the right-hander here has got himself into some trouble, and now he's going to have to try to dig himself out of it again. 41 pitches for the righty today so far. 23 of them have been for balls. So the bases are full of Buffaloes. They're looking to stampede the Tigers here. Defensively, the Tigers are in at the corners, but they've got the middles now in double play depth. They've loosened them off, and here comes the first offering to Noguchi. As the Pitcher kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Noguchi hitting .385 now in the exhibition season with that double back in the first inning. So bases full of Buffaloes. There is a one gone here in the bottom of the second inning. They're threatening for the second time in as many innings. The right-hander Aogi kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on and it's lifted foul over on the third base side. It's going to even the count at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll check in on the other scores from around the NPB as well tonight, as there is a full slate of games that are happening across Japan on this evening. We'll get you those updates as we move along here. And there's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count goes to 2-1. It's in the bottom of the third inning at the Escon Field in Sapporo, the game between the Tokyo Yakult Swallows and the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. It's 1-0 for the Swallows. At the top of the second inning, it's 2-0 for the Bay Stars over the Saitama Cebu Lions. That's at the Balluna Dome in Saitama. And here comes the 2-1 pitch, as it is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left field. Moving back on it, but having room and underneath it, making the catch is Sheldon Noisy, tagging at third, and heading home is the runner Marwin Gonzalez, and also moving up are both the runners from first and second. So a sacrifice fly for Noguchi. That's going to bring home the first run of the ball game, as he is gone for out number 2, but he gets himself an RBI. It's going to cash in Gonzalez for the first run. It advances Nakagawa to third and Kita to second. So with 2 away, that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Masahiro Nishino. And good base running by the Buffaloes, as both the runners at first and second were able to advance up, challenging the arm of the left fielder, Sheldon Noisy. But in fairness, Noisy was at the edge of the warning track and had to make the grab as he was sort of backpedaling. But 1-0 is the scoreline here, as the Buffaloes have opened the scoring. And here comes the offering now to the left-handed hitting Nishino. It's a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Nishino today walked in his first trip to the plate, batting .417 in the exhibition season with no homers and an RBI, as he waits here on the offering from the right-hander Aogi, who holds at the belt, and now he kicks. He delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. Catcher Umeno really held the ball there, wanted that pitch. It looked like it was knee-high on the outside corner, but the home plate umpire did not go up with the right hand. Other scores from around the league, it is 0-0 between the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Amuri Giants. It's in the bottom of the second inning. We're going to give you that game tomorrow night. And we'll also give it to you on Saturday North American time. So if you're back around listening, we're going to call those ones. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, as the right-hander Aogi delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. And the count now is 2-1. At the Vantolin Dome in Nagoya, it is 1-0 for the Chinichi Dragons over the Chiba Lotte Marines. That game is in the top of the second inning. The other game underway, no score between the Hawks and the Carp. That's in the bottom of the third inning at the PayPay Dome in Fukuoka. So here comes the 1-2 pitch, as the right-hander holds to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on it. It's a self-defense swing by the hitter. Nishino is able to hit it foul down the third base line. It looked like it was coming inside. It was almost like an excuse me swing. It's going to even the count at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. It's Tomoya Mori who waits his turn on deck. Should Nishino find a way on? And here comes the offering from Aogi, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the left field line. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble, but it's just going to slice foul. It's going to bounce into the temporary seating, and that's going to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nishino. Aogi gets himself a new baseball, and the plate umpire has put it back into play. So as they wait here comes the offering from the righty, who holds to the set position. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded. Fair. Nice play by the third baseman, Sato. He fields it on the backhand side. He fires across the diamond. And that's going to retire Nishino. What a fantastic highlight reel play by Sato. If you're on Instagram, that's probably going to be one that the Hanshin Tigers will post to their site tonight. It's going to go down as a ground out 5-3 to end the inning. Well, there was one run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left to board. We're now through 2 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes 1 and the Hanshin Tigers no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The top of the 3rd inning when we return after this. We appreciate you guys for being here with us.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole. A little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. That's Matt Hollis and another Hollis build. Be sure to check him out. Let him know Last Drafts Baseball sent you after the ball game. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're a little late getting back from our commercial break, and it is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to bat for Hanshin here, and it is Ryoi Obata, the shortstop. It's already 1 ball and 1 strike from Yamashita, and the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 2-1. 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat here for Hanshin in the 3rd inning. Obata, Aogi, and the top of the order, Chikamoto, as there's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into shallow right field. Moving over underneath it is Sugimoto, and he's going to make the grab for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away here for the Tigers in their half of the 3rd inning, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Akihiro Aogi. Well, it is interesting tonight to note, and we've seen this before, as the Tigers who play in the Central League are using the pitchers to bat, and the Pacific League team, the Buffaloes, are using a DH tonight. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. The 29-year-old right-hander bats from the right side as well. He swings at a fastball, and it's grounded on 2 hops to the first baseman, Nakagawa, who takes it and steps on the base. That's going to go down as a ground out to 3. So 2 quick outs here in the 3rd inning. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Koji Chikamoto. Well, for Chikamoto, strides to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to the fielder his first time up. Chikamoto has some speed to burn. He kind of got a late jump into his NPB career. He is not a young fellow. He was rookie 3 seasons ago. As the right-hander works to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Chikamoto not having a great spring, 191. He's been a bit of a slow starter. Even last year, he got off to the start in the season very, very slow. Once he got his game going, Chikamoto is one of the more dangerous leadoff hitters in the NPB. And there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count runs to 2 balls and 1 strike. Chikamoto is a threat. He can bunt. He can run. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 3-1. That last pitch was at 158 kilometers an hour, or almost just shy of 99. on the radar gun. So here comes the 3-1 offering as Yamashita delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined to the shortstop, and a nice catch by the shortstop, Noguchi, who had to go to his left to make the grab. And that is going to do it here as the Tigers go quietly in their half of the third inning. There was no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are through 2.5 innings. It is the Orix Buffaloes 1 and the Hanshin Tigers no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the third inning in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in tonight. Your score, Orix 1, Hanshin nothing. Hang tight. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the third inning, and coming to bat for the Buffaloes is going to be Tomoya Mori, Yataro Sugimoto, and Yuma Mune. 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Buffalo order, or at least scheduled to come to bat, I should say, as we may have some changes from time to time as the exhibition season is winding to a close. But I would expect the starters tonight to be in for about 6 or 7 innings before the changes start falling down, at least for the Buffaloes. The first pitch is a fastball that is swung through and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Mori. Mori tonight walked his first trip to the plate, batting .200 in the exhibition season, no homers and 2 RBIs. But one would expect that that is not going to be the case during the regular season, as that fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. I'd be curious to see how the Saitama Sibu Lions are going to be behind the plate. As Tomoya Mori, when he was their catcher, he really controlled the running game very well. And he was not the catcher. It was a full-on track meet. At least it seemed that way. And there was a split-finger pitch swung on and missed. He's going to run down to first base, but the throw down to first is going to retire him. It's going to go as a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning, and that will bring up the right fielder, Yataro Sugimoto. So Sugimoto tonight 0 for 1 in this one. He struck out with the bases loaded in the first inning. So really, you got to say that the pitcher for the Tigers tonight, Aogi, has been a bit of an escape artist. He's got himself into trouble in the first 2 innings, and really to only get away with only 1 run. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third. Backhanded by Sato. He knocks it down, but he's not going to be able to come up with the play. We're going to see how they're going to score that. I think that could be an error in my books. I think he should have had that one. I know it was a hard hit ball to his backhand side, but Sugimoto doesn't run well. He made a fantastic play in the second inning, having to go to his backhand side. That one there was maybe not as difficult as the one he had to make, but he couldn't come up with the ball, and it ends up just squirting away from him toward the foul line. He had to slide to try to backhand it, but just not able to field it cleanly. So Sugimoto is aboard here, and as we said, we'll get that result for you if that's a hit or an error in just a moment. And there is a first pitch fastball to Yuma Mune that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Mune tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded into the double play to end the first inning, hitting .269 in the exhibition season with no homers and 1 RBI. So Yuma Mune here, ready to get back in, although time has been called. It looks like there was a ball or something had entered into the field of play, so nothing major. So Sugimoto gets his lead over at first base. As the right-hander checks the runner over at first, and he works to the set position. And they fire over to first base, and diving back in time is Sugimoto. So runner at first, Sugimoto. That was ruled a base hit, by the way. It was favorable scoring. I guess that would be the hometown scoring for the Buffaloes to give Sugimoto a base hit. He is the runner at first with one gone. And here comes the 1-0 offering to Mune. Yogi delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. As we mentioned before, we'll be back on the airwaves again, I say tomorrow night, but it's actually going to be a Friday evening in North America, the West Coast. It'll be 10 o'clock p.m. or 1 a.m. Eastern on Saturday. It'll be the Yomiuri Giants and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. And on the flip side of the coin, it'll be the same on the Saturday night, same time. It'll be 10 p.m. Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern. That's Saturday night or Sunday morning. There's a fastball swung on. This one is lifted into deep right field, right center field, actually. Moving over is Chikamoto to make the catch. He's going to make the grab and fire it back in. Returning to first base is Sugimoto. It's going to go down as a fly ball to center field for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. So for Gonzalez, he is 1 for 1 tonight. He's got a single and scored a run, the only run of the ball game, as he led off the second inning with a base hit. It was a bit of a bleeder into right field, but it looked like a line drive on the box score. Of course, came around and scored the run. So here comes the first offering from the righty Aogi, who delivers a fastball. This ball is belted into left field. Moving over towards the foul line is Sheldon Noisy. He's going to make the grab, and that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the third inning. Well, they got no runs in the inning. They did have a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Now through 3 complete innings, it is the Hanshin Tigers trailing the Orix Buffaloes 1-0. We'll be back with a call at the top of the 4th inning. When we return after this, we appreciate you guys for popping in here with us. We'll be right back after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you guys for being here. We've got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for the Tigers. It is going to be Kai Ueda, Sheldon Noisy, and Yusuke Oyama to face the right-hander Dai Yamashita. And the first pitch was a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Ueda. Ueda squared around on that pitch. Now they come right back with a fastball, and that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Yamashita wasting absolutely no time attacking the hitter. He's working very quickly, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and that is going to keep the count at 0-2. Only 35 pitches through the first 3 innings of work for the right-hander Yamashita. I don't know if he's broken a sweat yet, as he is just getting himself warmed up here. And here comes the 0-2 pitch as he delivers a fastball that misses down. They appeal over to the third base umpire, who says that Ueda didn't go, and that's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We may make an extended break between the top and the bottom of the 4th inning, or try to extend it a little bit, as I have to jump out and try to get some more hot tea in between the inning. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. For a reason today, we're a little bit groggy with the voice, but we're glad you guys could stay with us. For those of you who are up late night tonight, as we said, and those who are listening on delay, we appreciate you guys as well. There's a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. Wade stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 1 here in the 4th inning. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Sheldon Noisy. Well, 1 up and 1 away, and Noisy strides to the plate. He lined out to the second baseman his first time up. As we mentioned, he was with the Oakland A's, the prospect. There's the fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Noisy. He was dealt over the Los Angeles Dodgers, never could get his footing, ended up back with Oakland, and now here he is as he takes a breaking ball for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Never really could get his footing in either organization, and now he is applying his trade for the Hanshin Tigers. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted into left field. This ball is going to get down for a base hit. The left fielder makes sure he comes around the ball. He does a nice job of fielding it and getting it back into the infield, and that was Kita. And that's going to hold Noisy to a single here with 1 gone, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Yusuke Oyama. He hit that ball right on the screws. Noisy is aboard with a base hit. Curious to see how Noisy is going to play out in Hanshin. The Tigers a few years ago, or I'd say about 3 seasons ago, they had Justin Bohr and Jerry Sands and a whole pile of other players. A bunch of guys that were in their lineup. They had 8 international players. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. The rule is that you can only have 3 in the game at one time. You can put 4 on a game sheet. But to have 8 international players taking up roster spots left a lot of people scratching their head. There's a split finger pitch that misses down for a ball, and the count's 1-1. They peel over to the first base umpire to see if Oyama went, but they say he didn't. What I find interesting about this game, it's a 1-0 ball game right now as we're in the top of the 4th inning, and the Buffaloes, for their part, have left 5 runners aboard in the first 3 innings. They were all over the base paths and could only come up with 1 run. There's a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. And for all intents and purposes, Yamashita has cruised through the first 3 innings of this ball game, and it's only a 1-run game. Yogi has been a magician of getting himself out of jackpots. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is to the right-handed hitting Oyama. The right-hander Yamashita kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left center field. Moving back and racing back and looking up, and this one is gone. A home run. That is going to just get over top of the wall. I can't say it was a big blast. It was a wall scraper by Oyama. But just like that, the Hanshin Tigers are in the lead, and it looked like for pretty much for the first 3 innings that this game, even though it was a 1-0 ball game, was just in cruise control for the Buffaloes. Now they find themselves behind on 1 swing of the bat, 2-1 here in the 4th inning. That's going to bring Teruki Sato to the plate. Well, for Sato tonight, he is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the 2nd inning. He has made a defensive gem play. And the Hanshin Tigers have something to celebrate there, as Oyama has given them the lead 2-1 here in the 4th inning. There's a first pitch fastball swung through and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Sato. As I mentioned before, I like Sato a lot. I like the way that he looks. I like the way that he potentially can swing the bat. I like the way that he plays his defense. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into shallow center field. Moving in on it is the center fielder for the Buffaloes, and that is Chano. And the ball is going to get down. What is going on here? We got ball. It looks like he overran the ball. That's the rookie. That's the player here for the Buffaloes, who's the training player. And that's going to end up putting Sato all the way on to second base. Ball there looked like a routine out. Absolutely. He must have lost that. I'm going to watch that one again. Ball was lifted up. It was sort of a Bermuda triangle. He was calling off the player as he came running in. And he overran the ball. And the ball ends up behind him. And it had to be picked up by the left fielder, Kita. And it's going to go down as a double. But it had to be a bonehead mistake by the center fielder. That was what you would call it in the States. A routine fly ball that's turned into a double for Sato. It won't be an error because he never touched the ball. That's going to bring up Shota Morishita, the right fielder. So just like that, the Orix Buffaloes themselves behind, and they got themselves in some trouble here. There's ball 1 to Morishita. Morishita batting from the right side against the right-handed throwing Yamashita. He's 1 for 1 tonight. He had a single his last time up. Was stranded at first. Here comes the 1-0. It's a fastball swung through and missed, and the count is now 1-1. Couldn't believe what I just saw. Do a double take on that. You overran the ball. You don't see that at the professional level, or you don't expect that at the professional level, I would say. Sure enough, overran the ball, and ball falls in. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. There's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Morishita. The batter here in the 4th inning with 1 gone. Runner at second is Sato. And the catcher, Umeno, waits his turn on deck. As the right-hander Yamashita kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that's swung on, and it's lifted foul over on the first base side. It keeps the count at 1-2. You know, when you're playing at any level of the sport, if you're taking 4 outs to get 3 in an inning, you're not going to win too many ball games. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's the count here to Morishita, who waits on the offering from Yamashita. There's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. And Chano is going to make the catch, tagging at second. They're going to challenge his arm. The throw is going to be offline. It's going to be a fly ball to center for the second out. Sato will advance to third. I mean, I'd probably do the same thing too. Hey, listen, the ball's a magnet. It's going to find you. All of a sudden you make one mistake or you make an error. As we said, they ruled it as an error, actually. Did the scorer on that one. They ruled that as a 2-base error, taking the hit away. I mean, he never touched the ball. He overran it. But they ruled it as a error 8. So if you're keeping score at home, that's what it was. We're going to take a hit off the board. We're going to add that as an error there to the defense of the Orix Buffaloes. And there's the first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Umeno. Umeno tonight is 0 for 1. Batting .227 in the exhibition season with no homers and no RBIs. The light-hitting catcher swings, and there's a fastball swung on and is lifted foul down the right field line. The count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes to Umeno. The runner at third now is Sato. As there's 2 gone here in the 4th inning, and the Tigers have flipped the scoreline. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is baseball late night on Friday morning in North America. Glad you guys could make it in here with us, as here comes the 1-2 offering. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Umeno. So everything all cruising right along here for Yamashita until the 4th inning, and then he has run into some challenges. Lots to like about this right-hander, and of course the pitching staff for the Buffaloes. As he holds set and now delivers, there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the catcher, Mano. So here comes the 2-2 as the right-hander holds set. And now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven down the right field line. This ball stays fair. It's going to be trouble. It's into the corner. And it is just foul out of the reach of Sugimoto. Boy, that ball was hammered. But he could not stay fair. We'll get a different angle on that one. Just sliced a little bit foul, and it landed off of the wall, but about 3 feet foul. Scoring updates from around the NPB. 1-1 now in the bottom of the fourth between the Fighters and Swallows. Still 2-0 for the Bay Stars over the Lions. That's in the bottom of the third. The Golden Eagles have taken a 2-0 lead on the Giants, as there's a fastball swung on and missed, and Umeno is down on strikes for out number 3 here. Get you the rest of the scores when we come back after our break. 2 runs in the inning on a 2-run homer by Oyama. There was 2 hits in the inning. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 3.5. It is the Hanshin Tigers 2, the Orix Buffaloes 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call just a couple moments after this. Appreciate you all for jumping in, whether you listen live or on delay. We'll be back in about 45 seconds with our call. Welcome back, everybody. We have the bottom of the fourth coming up, and it's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to come to bat for the Orix Buffaloes. That means Nakagawa, Chano, and Kita. So we'll see how this one goes. It's the 2-run blast by the first baseman Oyama that have the Hanshin Tigers out in front 2-1. Just have to do a little bit of maintenance here as we get our update in place. 2-1 now for the Tigers, bottom of the fourth inning. As we said, it was Yagi who has been the magician so far. He's been in all kinds of trouble. He only allowed run to the Buffaloes, where on the flip side of the coin, Yamashita was cruising along going to the fourth. That's where the wheels fell off a little bit for him. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Nakagawa. Nakagawa singled his first time up back in the second inning, 385 in the exhibition season. And he takes a fastball on the outside corner for a ball, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kai Nakagawa. Buffaloes trailing the Tigers 2-1 here in the last half of the fourth. As Yogi delivers, it is a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line, drifting over to the seats, and it's going to watch it go into the seats as the right fielder Morishita. It's going to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we watch some of the action that's happening and going on around the NPB, we'll get you caught up on those other scores. As the pitch is a fastball swung on, and it's pop foul behind home plate. The count remains at 1-2. At the Bantlin Dome in Nagoya, it's still 1-0 for the Dragons over the Marines. The other score is now in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks have a 1-0 lead over the Hiroshima Carp. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is a fastball that misses inside. The count is now at 2-1 to Nakagawa. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As The right-hander works to the set. Now he kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Moving back is Sheldon Noisy. He's on the warning track. He's looking up, and this game is tied. A home run as Nakagawa has gone yard. His second hit of the ball game. A leadoff homer here in the fourth inning. And the Buffaloes answer right back with a home run of their own to even the score at 2-2. So 2-2 is now the scoreline. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Chano. Nakagawa gets a host of high fives. Interesting that Nakagawa was in the 7th spot in the batting order tonight. I mean, he's hitting .385 in the spring. He's swinging a hot stick, and here he is driving balls into the seats. So here comes the center fielder, Chano, who has played a ball the last inning, and he takes a fastball inside for a called strike. The count is 0-1. And his first bat, he flew out to center field. He was able to advance runners along, and there's a pitch that is swung on and fouled away, and the count's going to go to 0-2 on Chano. So no balls and 2 strikes. Batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Aogi, who holds at the set. And now he kicks and he fires. It is a fastball that misses down and away. The count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ryota Kita waits his turn on deck, and then it'll be the top of the order, Tomoya Noguchi, to face the right-hander Aogi here. Here comes the offering from the right-hander. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Chono is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. He is gone for out number 1, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Ryota Kita. Well, for Kita, he has officially got 1 plate appearance, but no at-bats today. He walked his first time up. So Kita strides to the plate. As the righty kicks and he fires, it is a first pitch fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Left-handed hitting Kita, waiting on the offering from Aogi, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1. Kita getting the start in left field tonight. We've got our friend undrafted player here, and we welcome him. He says he's at his job. I need to send for the second some fan pack mail requests to the NPB. Well, last year our friend undrafted player, and we'll tell you in a second, as it's a fastball swung and it is grounded over to first. But it looks like they've called that a foul ball off of Kita. It's going to run the count to 1-2. Our friend undrafted player last year sent fan pack requests to all the NPB teams, which is all 12 across the NPB, and only the Orix Buffaloes responded early in the year. And of course, they went on to win the Japan series last year. So our friend in France says he's going to do it again, but maybe it's only going to be the Buffaloes who responded. Maybe they win again this year as the fastball misses outside. The count is 2-2. Maybe it's good karma that they did that. But we always welcome you to the stream. It's exhibition baseball here between the Hanshin Tigers and the Orix Buffaloes, a cross-town interleague game. And there's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to Sato at third. He throws to first, and it's not going to be in time. Sato took too long to get rid of it. It looked like he was trying to get the ball out of his glove. He double pumped, threw the ball on 1 hop over to first. I'm going to see if they're going to rule that as an error. We're going to have to look here again. I want to get the replay of that one. It was an excuse me swing. He fought it off. He fielded the ball. He gets it. He just takes too long. He double pumps, but it looked like his front leg slipped, and it ended up being a 1-hopper into the ground. And the runner at first is safe, and that's Kita, and that's going to bring the top of the order, Noguchi, to the plate. We're going to wait for the official scoring decision on that one. So here comes Noguchi to the plate. He is officially 1 for 1 tonight. He doubled the lead off the game, and then he hit a sac fly and drove in a run back in the second inning. And he swings through a breaking ball for strike number 1, and the count is 0-1 here to Noguchi. Our front undrafted player being on the fan pack for the Buffaloes. Yeah, you got to get yourself going there early. Hopefully you'll be able to join us as we're going to be in Japan in August and September. Give you some live updates and some interesting feeds and some video from our time there as a fastball misses outside and the count is now 0-2 to Noguchi. Looking forward to being able to get to the stadiums, get to 10 of the 12 in the time period we're there, and we'll give you some live reports on all this stuff. Here comes the 1-1 pitch as the right-hander throws over to first base, and getting back in time safely is the base runner Kita. Still think it's Kita over there. I don't think they've announced a pinch runner. Yeah, it's still Kita. Usually the changes start coming fast and furious in the exhibition season after the 5th inning, but I'm anticipating tonight the starters may be in the game a little longer. And here's the 1-1 pitch. As again, they throw over to first, and again, diving back in time is the base runner Kita. Yagi approaching the 80 pitch mark. Boy, they almost got the runner that time. We looked at the replay there. It was a lot closer than what it was. 76 pitches here in the 4th inning for the right-hander Aogi, who leans in and gets his sign, and now he works set. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses on the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. Last year, when we did some of the Hanshin Tiger games, it was driving me crackers. The bullpen of the Tigers, they work very, very slowly. Tiger bullpen, they would come to the set. They would be taking 20 some odd seconds between pitches, 20, 25 seconds. Usually the tempo you want for a pitcher is about 15 seconds. And they'd be 25 seconds and they'd be waiting to deliver. It was very, very time consuming. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is popped into shallow left field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of Noisy. Does a good job to try to decoy the runner, but the runner is going to go from first to third is Kita. It's going to be a single for Noguchi, and the Buffaloes have something brewing here in the 4th inning as they've already tied the game at 2. So runners are on the corners, and it looks like that have already awarded that Kita is going to get a hit there. They felt he was going to beat that one out on the play there by Sato. Again, a home field call. So Kita is the runner at third. The runner at first is Noguchi, and it brings Masahiro Nishino to the plate. Our friend Undrafted player says, great. We plan to go to Japan 5 months to learn Japanese. Well, I've already been to Japan a couple of times, and this will be the 3rd time I've been to the Tokyo region, so I'm looking forward to that. Only going to spend a week in Tokyo this time, and then I'll spend the rest of the time, I say based in Osaka. That might not be totally true. I'll be in the Osaka area, maybe Kyoto, maybe more toward Kobe. I'm not sure yet. Haven't made those extended plans quite yet. But looking forward to that for sure. So here comes the offering from the right-hander Aogi, who holds to the set position. And he kicks and delivers. He squares to bunt, and he gets it down. That's going to bring in 1 run. They throw over to first base, and it's not going to be in time. It's going to be a sacrifice, or it was not a sacrifice, but it's going to be a base hit here for Nishino. He's going to get himself the RBI as Kita is going to come across the plate. So runners at the corners, they drop a bunt down, and that is going to score the run. It's going to move Noguchi over to second base. And the Buffaloes have retaken the lead here 3-2 in the 4th inning. So some small ball. It was just watching it. The first baseman was holding the runner on the bag. The third baseman, Sato, was deep over at third, and it was a nice play there by the batter, Nishino, to be able to get that ball down. That's going to bring up the 3-hole hitter, Tomoya Mori. Well, Mori tonight is officially 0 for 1. He struck out his last time, and he walked in the first. He was stranded aboard in the first inning. Actually, he was erased in the double play in the first inning that Yumamune had grounded into. He was gone for the second out of that inning. So Mori to the plate as he ties his shoes, does the base runner at first base, Nishino. Well executed, good fundamental baseball by the Japanese. Waiting here on the offering is the left-handed hitting Mori. They kick and deliver. It's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Tomoya Mori. As the right-hander leans in and he gets the sign from his catcher and he works set to the belt. He checks the runner at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Tomoya Mori leans back. I think he knew he missed that hanging breaking ball. Would have been one he would have liked to deposit it into the seats. That couldn't have been any better than that. So 1 gone here, runners at the corners. There's already 2 runs on the board for the Buffaloes as they've regained the lead 3-2. The right-hander Aogi kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner for a ball. Boy, that pitch looked pretty good, and you can see that the catcher wanted it. We get the replay of it, and it still looked pretty good, especially when you got Tomoya Mori 0-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Mori. As the right-hander comes to the set position. He checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that's upstairs. Mori tries to check his swing, but he can't do it. He is going to be gone on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to Yataro Sugimoto. So Sugimoto is 1 for 2 tonight. He has a single in 2 trips. He's also struck out. So Sugimoto stepping to the dish. The right-hander Aogi is getting his sign from his catcher, and he works to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung through and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Sugimoto. Sugimoto, 9 for 22 in the exhibition season now. He's hitting .409 with a couple of bombs and 4 RBIs. As we said, he's 1 for 2 in this one here tonight. So the pitcher holds set. He checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third, fielded by Sato. He throws to first, and that is going to do it here. But there's been damage done as the Buffaloes have regained the lead on the solo shot by Nakagawa and then the RBI single by Nishino. Have them out in front 3-2. Well, in the inning, there was 2 runs on 4 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 4 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes 3 and the Hanshin Tigers 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a couple moments with all the action after this. Appreciate you all for listening in.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. It is a 1 ball and no strike count to Obata, who's facing Yamashita here in the 5th inning, and he swings at a fastball and fouls it away. That is going to run the count now to 1 ball and 1 strike. Obata is 0 for 1 tonight as he's flown out to right field, his only time up. It's 8, 9, and 1 here in the batting order for the Tigers. We'll keep our eye on the next spot as Aogi is set to bat. He is starting to get his pitch count ratcheted up, so we'll see if they're going to leave him in the game or if they're going to go to the bench for a pinch hitter. There's a fastball delivered to Obata that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that just misses down, and the count is now 2-2. I can say this, that the home plate umpire has been pretty consistent. He's not really giving that pitch to either pitcher, which is about knee-high on the outside part of the plate. That pitch does not exist here. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and hit foul down the third baseline, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Obata. We got the game here tonight. Then we got 2 over the next couple of nights between the Giants and the Golden Eagles. If you're listening in, you can bounce in to hear those. And then it all gets going next week as the Golden Eagles are going to be playing the Tigers in the opener in the opening game at the Scon Field in the Hokkaido region in Sapporo. So we'll be looking to give you the call on that one. It'll be a 2:30 a.m. Pacific time, 5:30 a.m. Eastern time, first pitch. There's a fastball swung on. Is lifted down the left field line, racing over and making a nice grab as the shortstop, Noguchi. He had to come a long way. It's easier play for him than it was for Mune going out, but he's able to make the grab. That is going to retire Obata for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and it'll bring up the pitcher, Aogi, to the plate. And we'll just pause on that to see if it is Aogi or if they are going to have a pinch hitter, because, as we said, it'll be interesting to see where they're at. Aogi has really done it. They do have a pinch hitter coming in. It's going to be number 63. We'll have to get you that here as we move along for the Tigers. Here it is, 63, left-handed batter, 4 for 26 on the exhibition season. There's a fastball that misses down. This is Yataro Itayama. So the night is going to be over for Aogi, as Yutaro Itayama is here to pinch hit. I would expect that he is probably going to be not going into the game, but I don't want to say that so quickly, as there's a fastball swung on, has popped up. Camping out underneath it is the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez, who's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Itayama for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and they'll bring the top of the order, Koji Chikamoto, to the plate. And Chikamoto tonight is 0 for 2. He has continued to struggle here in the exhibition season. As we mentioned last year, he got off to just a slow start. And this has seemingly been his mantra the last couple of years, slow starts for Chikamoto. 9 for 48 in the exhibition season with no homers and 2 RBIs. But when he gets going, he is very, very dangerous. There's a split finger pitch and misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Chikamoto. We've got Yatu Yu here. We welcome you. We appreciate you for being here. There's a fastball that misses down. The count is 2-0. Our friend undrafted player says his boss has arrived and he's got to turn off his phone. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. Well, we appreciate you for stopping in, our friend. We look forward to having you in for the real stuff that all gets going in another week. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Chikamoto as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2s all the way around here in the 5th inning. There's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Chikamoto, and there's 2 gone. As the left-handed hitting center fielder waits on the offering from Yamashita, who gets his sign from his catcher, Mori. as he works to the set, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Chikamoto goes down on strikes for out number 3, and that is going to do it here in the 5th inning. Well, no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 4.5. It is the Orix Buffaloes 3 and the Hanshin Tigers 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments after this. We appreciate you being here. Here's our friend Matt Hollis. Be sure to check him out after the game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the 5th inning, and coming up for the Buffaloes, it's going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. That means Yuma Mune, Marwin Gonzalez, and Kai Nakagawa, as there is a pitching change for the... There is a pitching change right now for the Hanshin Tigers. We'll get you that here in just a moment, as they are going to the bullpen. We'll have to check to see who it is that they're bringing in. We haven't got an update yet, but when we do, we are going to bring that one to you. So it looks like they are bringing in a left-hander, and so we'll get that for you here. Number 46 in the ball game, and that is going to be Hiroya Shimamoto. Or is that the opposite way around? So we'll have to look here. Hiroya Shimamoto into the ball game. So he is taking over here. The left-hander is going to be entering his 6th season with the Tigers. He didn't have any record last year. Only appeared in 15 ball games after a career-high 63 the year before. The first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to Mune for a ball, and the count is quickly 1-0. So Mune, Gonzalez, and Nakagawa here to face Shimamoto. And here comes the offering from the lefty. It's a fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. That pitch before looked as good or better than that first one. He just didn't get the call from the home plate umpire. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Seems like every other year he has himself a season. There's a fastball swung on it as line down the right field line into the corner. It's trouble. It's going to be extra bases for Mune. He's digging hard for second. Coming up with it is the right fielder. I had to dig it out a little bit, and that was Morishita. Looked like he was having problems there. But a leadoff double here for Mune to begin the 5th inning, as the hit parade continues tonight for the Buffaloes. In our books, that is going to be hit number 9, as they continue to swing the bat. So the Buffaloes have a runner at second with nobody out, and it brings Marwin Gonzalez to the plate. Gonzalez tonight 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also scored a run. He bats from the right side now, as he's a switch hitter here. He is 6 for 28, or hitting .214 in the exhibition season, is Gonzalez. There's a breaking ball that is swung through and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to the Orix Buffaloes second baseman. Lefty ready to go at it again, as he is getting the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go to work. He holds set at the belt. He checks the runner. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball waved at and missed by Gonzalez, and the count now goes to 0-2. So Shimamoto is way ahead here in the count. So Hiroya Shimamoto. Waiting here, ready to give the offer to Marwin Gonzalez, and the 0-2 pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped over the head of the pitcher, and it's going to have eyes. It's going to get into center field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Mune. Oh boy, that was a RBI single for Gonzalez, but that ball had eyes. He chopped it over the pitcher's head, and it just got past the middle infielders into center field for a base hit. That's going to score Mune all the way from second. It's going to extend the lead of the Buffaloes to 4-2 here in the fifth inning. That's going to bring up Kai Nakagawa to the plate. It's a game here. Sometimes it just inches. That ball was chopped right in front of the plate over the head of the pitcher, past the glove of the second baseman and shortstop into center field. Yuma Mune able to come around all the way from second to score the run. Put them into the lead now 4-2. As the Buffaloes are sailing along here. And Gonzalez goes to second on the throw. So single, and then on the overthrow, he makes his way into second base. So they've traded places, have the Buffaloes players, and the first pitch delivered to Nakagawa is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Nakagawa tonight is 2 for 2. He's got a home run and a single. He's knocked the run in. So 2 for 2 tonight. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball from Shimamoto that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to Nakagawa. He homered in his last at bat. He hit that ball to left field into that sort of that mezzanine or that second layer deck. As he had about 4 or 5 rows up. So 2 strikes it is to right-handed hitting Nakagawa. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kai Nakagawa. Waiting here on the offering, the right-handed stick. Waggling the bat. The lefty works to the set position. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. Moving back on it is Noisy. He makes the catch. That's going to send Gonzalez retreating back to second base. While Nakagawa hit that one on the screws, Noisy had to get over and make the catch. That is going to retire Nakagawa for the first out of the inning. He's had some good here tonight. Kind of raised my eyebrows that he was hitting in the 7 hole, hitting 365 to enter the game. That's going to bring up the schedule to bring up the center fielder Chano. Chano tonight is 0 for 2. He has flown to center and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. He's also had a gaff in center field. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Moving over underneath it is Chikamoto. He makes the catch, and holding it second is Gonzalez. He will be retired for the second out of the inning, and it's going to bring up the left fielder Ryoto Kita. Well, for Kita, he's officially 1 for 1 tonight. He singled and scored a run his last time up, and he's was walked and stranded at second back in the second inning. So for 1 for Kita in this affair. As the left-hander Shimamoto ready to go back to work again. As he holds set at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Let's see. Good day for baseball. In Osaka, the 2 Osaka-based clubs going head-to-head against each other this weekend. It's interleague play. And here comes the 1-0 as it is a breaking ball that is swung through and missed, and the count goes to 1-1 on Kita. Kita bats from the left side against the left-handed throwing Shimamoto. The Buffaloes are playing. This is where they play most of their home games at the Osaka Dome. Some of the other players, they play elsewhere. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. They play at the Osaka Dome, but they also play in Kobe as well, because it was a merger a number of years ago, the Orix Blue Wave and the Kintetsu Buffaloes. And they became the Orix Buffaloes. And then, of course, you've got the Hanshin Tigers who play at the famed Koshin Stadium. Very interested to see both of those places this year. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kita. I bet some of the stadiums just not been always inside or inside during the season, because both of the times I've been in Japan, it's been in the winter. So not during baseball season. So excited to see what the fans are like during the season. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined down the right field line. It's trouble. It's into the corner. It's going to be extra bases. Rounding third and heading home is Gonzalez. He'll score easily. And racing into third and sliding in safely with a triple is going to be Kita. As he's going to pick himself up an RBI, it's going to extend the lead to 5-2. So a triple and an RBI. Gonzalez will score here, and that's 2 runs in the inning here already, and the Buffaloes are looking for more. So 5-2 is the scoreline. Their bats are booming tonight. By my account, that is going to be the 11th hit of the ball game for the Orix Buffaloes, and we're not through the 5th inning yet. So that's going to bring up the top of the order. It's going to be Tomoya Noguchi to the plate. He is 2 for 2 tonight. He's also had a sac fly and an RBI. Oh, check that. We may have ourselves a pinch hitter in this one. So we're going to check to see what we have here. And that's exactly what it is. We've got a pinch hitter. So Noguchi's day is done. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So the pinch hitter here is Koji Oshiro entering the game. So the night for Noguchi is finished. Very productive night. So Koji Oshiro is in. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now is 2 balls and no strikes. So have a nice night, Noguchi. You can hit the showers. So Oshiro, you're waiting on the offering from the lefty Shimamoto. Holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. So a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. As the lefty holds set, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Oshiro. A little early by our books to see the substitutions coming in, but maybe the Buffaloes have it all planned out. They have had some pretty good offense here in the first few innings. So there's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the first baseline. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. I was kind of curious to see what the crowd would be like, and we haven't seen enough crowd shots if they're masked up or if they're not in Japan. And we still see quite a few folks wearing their face masks. There's a fastball that misses down and in, and that's going to be ball 4. They have had some changes in their policy, the Japanese government, and as they pan the crowd, we see that the majority of people are still wearing their masks. Curious about that. We'll know a little bit more, obviously, when I'm there in the summertime. So runners are at the corners. The runner at first is Oshiro, and the runner at third is Kita. It's going to bring Nishino to the plate. But now we're not going to have Nishino. It's going to be Leonardo Cedeno to hit for Nishino. And we've seen Cedeno before. Cedeno, we called an exhibition game last week, and he was in that ball game. Right-handed hitting player. He's I don't want to call him a development player, but I believe a training player. There's a first pitch fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. He is a big fella, is Cedeno. He's wearing the number 121. Sometimes see the players, they're wearing the triple digits, either the development players or the training players. The players who are looking to get themselves a contract. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that he checks his swing on and fouls away. He's going to run the count at 0-2. So he comes in for Nishino. Nishino had a good night tonight, 1 for 2, an RBI and a walk. So both Noguchi and Nishino were the ultimate table setters. Have to see if Tomoya Mori is going to get another at bat. He has struggled at the plate. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as the lefty holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. That was too good a pitch at 0-2. Looked like that the pitcher, the lefty pitcher, Shimamoto, wanted to come inside, but he got too much of the plate. Very, very dangerous with 2 strikes. 2 strikes, you don't want to be too good. The pitch was almost a mistake pitch that Cedeno could have made him pay. Here's the 0-2. As the lefty holds set, kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on, and it is hammered foul into the temporary seating down the left field line. The count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Cedeno. The runner at first is Oshiro. The runner at third is Kita. There is 2 gone here in the 5th inning, as the Buffaloes are batting in their last half of the 5th. So the lefty works to the set position, does Shimamoto. He delivers a fastball that misses well off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cedeno. We're excited to bring all the action starting next week, but we still have this exhibition play to get through here tonight, the next couple of nights. We'll be resuming our calls of the NPB next week. Looking forward to the season getting going. And there's a fastball that misses inside. The count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cedeno. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are both live on Twitch and on YouTube. So either way, if you're in and around the stream, be sure to jump in with us. Here's the 2-2 offering. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to short. It's fielded neatly by the shortstop Obata, who flips it to the second baseman covering for a fielder's choice, and that is going to do it here, as that is going to race Oshiro 6-4 for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, there was more damage in the inning. There were 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. That is now 9 runners through the first 5 innings left aboard for the Buffaloes. Your score, Orix 5, the Hanshin Tigers 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight. Hang tight after this. We'll be right back with our friend, Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check out Steve once the game is complete.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have Lira. We have yen, we have francs, we have pounds, we have Deutschmarks, we have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the ball game. Scheduled to come to bat for the Tigers in their half of the sixth inning. It'll be Kai Ueda, Sheldon Noisy, and Yasuki Oyama. As we said, we'll have to keep our eye on the changes as they are starting to filter in. The Orix Buffaloes are starting to go to their bench a little bit, and we'll have some wholesale changes, I'm sure, around for both teams here coming in. This weekend here, these two Osaka-based clubs are facing off against one another, and then it'll be another little bit. They're going to be facing off a bit further. We do have what we like to call the proverbial halftime in the Japanese league, as we are getting that extended break between the fifth and the sixth inning. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this with all the action, as it is a 5-2 ball game for the Orix Buffaloes. Top of the sixth is around the corner. Hang tight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We're waiting here in as we said, we always like to call it our Japanese halftime. In between the fifth and the sixth innings, they always will have an extended break. It is going to be Kai Ueda, then Sheldon Noisy, and Yasuki Oyama scheduled to come to bat for the Tigers in their half of the sixth inning as they trail the Buffaloes 5-2. We'll give you a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard and get you caught up here on this one as we wait for the game to resume. Around the NPB tonight, all other games are in action. It's a full slate of games. It is a 1-1 ball game in the top of the seventh inning between the Swallows and the Fighters. In the bottom of the fifth inning, it's a 4-0 lead now for the Yokohama Danabe Stars over the Saitama Cebu Lions. That game is at the Balluna Dome. In Tokyo Dome, it is in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Murray Giants are trailing 4-1 to the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. We'll be giving you the call of that game tomorrow and on Sunday, so hopefully you can be there with us. The game at the Bantalin Dome in Nagoya between the Chinichi Dragons and the Chibalote Marines, it is 1-0 for the Dragons. And then it is now a 6-0 lead for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks against the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. That game is in the bottom of the seventh inning at the PayPay Dome in Fukuoka. So that is where it stands. The right-hander Yamashita is still on the mound. He's got 77 pitches under his belt for the Buffaloes. He's going to get another inning of work here, one would think. And maybe even two, who knows? As he is going to be extended. He's getting ready for the action next weekend. But those are your scores from around the league. To get you caught up on this one here just a little bit, the scoring was open in the second inning when Marwin Gonzalez led off with a single, and then it was Kai Nakagawa hitting a single, and with one out, Ryo Kita walked to load the bases, and then up stepped Tomoya Noguchi to drive home first run of the game with a sacrifice fly to left field. It was 1-0 is where we stood, and then the Orix Buffaloes responded with two of their own in the fourth, or should say the Hanshin Tigers responded with two of their own in the fourth. It was a two-run homer by Yasuki Oyama after Sheldon Noisy had singled with an out. He made the lead 2-1. We'll get caught up here in a second. The first pitch delivered as a fastball to Kaya Ueda, taken for a ball, and now as a fastball delivered, taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. I'll get you the rest of that scoring recap here in just a moment. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Ueda. There's a breaking ball that misses in, and the count is 2-1. But the Buffaloes have come back with 2 of their own in the 4th and in the 5th to recapture the lead as they have a 5-2 lead here. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is the left fielder. And that's going to be Kita, who's going to put that one away for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, scheduled to bring up the left fielder, Sheldon Noisy. They say we're keeping our eyes here to see if there's any substitution or changes. One would think they're going to try to get some of these guys some regular at-bats. It is Noisy still in to hit. And the first pitch from Yamashita is a fastball that misses way upstairs for ball 1. And the count is 1-0. One thing I will notice is Yamashita is not throwing as hard as he did in the first couple innings. There were a couple pitches he got up to 158 miles an hour. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung through and missed, and the count is now 1-1. That last pitch was at 153, so keep our eye on that. Drop in velocity is always something to keep your eyes peeled about. Noisy 1 for 2 in the ballgame tonight as he swings at a fastball, and that one's going to be fouled away over on the first base side. Count is 1-2. He set the table in that 4th inning with a leadoff single, was brought home on the 2-run shot by Oyama, as he is 1 for 2 on the evening. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the righty kicks and delivers. It's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Noisy's down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. First time tonight he goes down swinging. That is going to leave it up to the first baseman, Yusuke Oyama. And it was a split finger pitch. That ball just fell right off the table, and Noisy swung right through it. Makes you wonder sometimes if you know it's coming and you still can't keep up with it. So 2 gone here in the top of the 6th, and the right-hander delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is 0-1. That's the 86th pitch of the ballgame delivered by Yamashita. So no balls and 1 strike. As Oyama waits here on the offering from the right-hander, who kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. That breaking ball was like a get-me-over breaking ball. It wasn't like it was a wipeout slider or something that was hard or anything else. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away over on the first base side. The count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. We are past the 4 a.m. hour on the Pacific Coast. It is 7 a.m. Eastern time. If you're checking in with us, we appreciate that. There's a breaking ball that just misses, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. By all accounts, it sounds like that there's a company in stateside, so our American friends might be able to be watching some of these games. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called 3rd strike. Oyama stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 3, and that is going to do it here in the 6th inning. There were no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We are now through 5.5 innings at the Osaka Dome. It is the Orix Buffaloes 5 and the Hanshin Tigers 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The bottom half of the 6th inning when we return. By the all looks of it, I think Yamashita's night's going to be done. We'll get you those updates when we come back, and all the other moves that will happen here. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It looks like Yamashita's night is done. 90 pitches in his 6 innings of work, and it looks like the Buffaloes will probably be going to their bullpen more than likely. We're waiting on the pitching change here for the Tigers. This is where the games kind of slow down a little bit as we have to get the pitching changes, and we're waiting on the announcements. Who is coming in and who is leaving us here as Shimamoto had come in relief for inning of work. We would expect that it's going to be a pitching parade from here on out the rest of the way. As the right-hander Aogi, the starter for Hanshin, only went 4 innings. He got knocked out of the game, and then Shimamoto came in and pitched the 5th inning. We'll get that change, as we said here, for the Tigers. If possible, we'll see if Shimamoto is coming out for inning number 2, but it would be surprising if it was, as they do have a lefty on the mound. This is going to be, looks like Ren Tamita. And the first pitch he delivers is a fastball swung on, and it's grounded up the middle. Welcome to the game, Ren. As that's going to be hit. It is a pinch hitter. It looks like it's Wakatsuki who came in to hit for Mori. So now our score sheet is going to start to look like a coloring book with all the substitutions. So welcome to the ball game, Ren Tamita, and he is greeted with a first pitch base hit single by Wakatsuki. So Wakatsuki, the runner at first, and it's scheduled to bring up Yataro Sugimoto. We'll see if he's going to stay in the ball game or if it'll be complete wholesale changes. So the lefty on the mound replaces the lefty. So Shimamoto's night is done and Tamita is in. And here comes the first offering. It is a pinch hitter for Sugimoto. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So we have here now hitting for the Orix Buffaloes. This is Hiro Sano. So he is now in the ball game, number 41. He's got a open stance. He's got a stance from the right side. He squares to bunt. He drops it down. It's a good one. It is fielded by the pitcher who throws to first. He took a look at second base, thought he might have a chance, but that's going to advance the runner over to second. It's going to be a sack. It's going to go down as 1-3 for the first out of the inning. So he is retired, and that is going to bring up, or scheduled to bring up Yumamune, but we'll see what happens here. So Terihiro Sano gets the job done, as he is retired for the first out of the inning, and it's going to be number 36 entering the game. This is Tetsuya Yamashi. So Yumamune's day is done. So Yamashi in here to the plate with the runner at second and 1 gone, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So in normal situations or normal settings, and we've talked about this a little bit, I don't even know how you would bet on Japanese exhibition games. It's betting on Major League Baseball games during the season for those people who do come into the stream. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. It's basically a whole brand new ball club that's going to be rolled out for Orix moving forward here after the 5th inning. Can't get a read on anything. Can't get a idea how this game will play out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on. It's tapped back to the pitcher. He checks the runner back to second. He throws to first, almost overthrew the first baseman. First baseman Oyama had to come off the bag to field it, and then he steps on the base. It's going to go down as a ground out 1-3 for the second out of the inning. And again, scheduled to come to bat is Marwin Gonzalez, but I'd be surprised if we see Marwin here. It is not. It is going to be Watanabe coming to bat. Get you the change here in just a moment. This is number 49, Daiki Watanabe. 1 for 5 in the exhibition season. So Marwin Gonzalez's day is done. So Daiki Watanabe to hit here. And the first pitch he sees, he swings at, and he lifts it into left field. Moving back on it is Sheldon Noisy. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the inning. Well, a leadoff single from Wakatsuki, and he is left standing at second base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left to board. That in the ball game was the 10th runner left through 6 innings, and the Buffaloes are going to be going to the bullpen. There will be a pitching change. It's going to be scheduled to come to bat is Sato, Morishita, Nomeno, but we'll have to wait and see if that's who is hitting, as we do have a pitching change now for Orix. We'll be right back in just a couple moments, everybody. We appreciate it. 5-2 Buffaloes as we cruise to the bottom half of the inning. Welcome back, everybody. It is supposed to be Sato, Morishita, and Omeno, but we expect some changes to follow here. 5-2 for the Buffaloes. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be, as we said before, a pitching change. It is going to be Higa coming into the game for the Buffaloes, as he is going to be taking over here for Orix on the hill. This is number 35 for the Buffaloes. We tell you about Higa. Well, himself a pretty good playoff last year. This is where he is taking over. So Itaka Higa on the hill. Right-hander ready to get going as he's going to face Sato here. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. No real changes at this point for the Tigers. They've kept their lineup intact, as they are trailing here 5-2. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And it looked like that one swing of the bat that Sato wanted to get that one caught back up. So Higa here on in relief. The second pitcher used tonight by the Buffaloes. No balls and 2 strikes. Or sorry, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul. I think they might have got that one wrong. I had it already at no balls and 2 strikes, and they seemed to have it at 1-1. It is no balls and 2 strikes. So I guess I was right, and the people in the press box were wrong. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. So they're in preseason form too. Much like ourselves. We're in preseason form, trying to get ourselves sorted out for the regular season. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lofted foul down the left field line. The count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sato. Bats here from the left side against the right-handed throwing Higa, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up down the right field line. Moving over on it is the second baseman, and he's going to make the catch. Nice play there by the Orix second baseman, who had come in to replace Marwin Gonzalez. It's number 53, Sean Gibbo, who came in and made that grab. A beautiful play. There was a full-on chase as Sato has popped out for out number 1, and it's supposed to be the right fielder Shota Morishita coming to the plate. Make sure that is indeed the case. Here comes the first offering. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Morishita. Higa goes back to work. He delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and it's now 0-2. Higa not wasting any time here throwing strikes. Morishita batting from the right side. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is driven into deep left center field, getting on his horse and having to chase it down. It's all the way to the wall, digging around first and heading for second. There's Morishita, and he's going to cruise in there with a stand-up double. So he is going to be aboard with a double here. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Ryotaro Umeno, or at least scheduled to bring him up. So Morishita gets it done. Just taking a look at the movement around and about. They've got the offensive changes for the Buffaloes. They don't have the defensive changes yet. So we'll have to get those other defensive changes. As we said, when they come to bat, Sho Gibbo is in defensively. So this is going to bring up a pinch hitter here. This is number 33. The first pitch is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. So as we said, the changes when they come fast and furious, we got to try to keep up. Number 33 is Kento Itohara. So he is batting here in this situation for Umeno. And the count is quickly, as we said, 0-1 here to the left-handed hitting pinch hitter. And you see fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-1. So Itohara hitting here in the 7th inning for the Tigers. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The right-hander leans in and he gets the sign. He holds set to the belt. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tigers trailing by 3 here in the top of the 7th inning. The right-hander, Higa, gets the sign from his catcher. He checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-2 offering. It's a fastball that just misses inside for a ball, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lots of action still to come in the NPB. As we said, full slate of games the rest of the weekend, and then it all gets going next week. Here's the 2-2 offering as the righty Higa delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul behind home plate. Count remains at 2-2. More scores from around the NPB here. 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning between the Swallows and the Fighters. 4-1 for the Bay Stars over the Lions. That game is in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bottom of the 5th inning at the Tokyo Dome, the Eagles have a 4-1 lead over the Giants. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away. It's now 3-2 to Itohara. 1-0 still for the Dragons over the Marines. That's in the 7th inning, last half of the 7th. And the Carper on the board in Fukuoka. They've now cut the deficit to 6-1 as they're trailing the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. That game is in the bottom of the 8th inning. So 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Itohara as he's waiting on the offering from Higa. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field, and it's going to be caught. A nice job there by the left fielder of the Buffaloes to come charging in to make the grab. Is going to retire Itohara for the 2nd out of the inning. It was Kita who made the catch. There in left field, Ryato Kita is still in the ballgame. As we said, there's been wholesale changes through the first 6 hitters in the order. The bottom 3 we have to catch up on, if there are any, and Kita is still in the game defensively. He hasn't been substituted out yet. Well, that's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Ryuhei Obata. See if Obata is still there, and he exactly is. He takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Obata. The right-hander leans in. He gets his sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. He holds to the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball that barely gets across the plate, and that's going to run the count to 1-1. So 1 strike to Obata. It's the pitcher's spot up next, and we would assume that the Tigers will have somebody ready to hit in that spot, because it'll be a pitching parade from now to the end of the ball game. So here's the offering from Higa. It's the breaking ball that misses down in it, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 strike. If everything goes well for the Buffaloes, it'll be only a couple more innings worth of pitchers they have to use here. So 2 strike. Higa gets the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work as he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded softly to second. Fielded by Gibbo. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Obata on a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. Well, there was no runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left to board. Now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning, it is the Buffaloes 5 and the Tigers 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few moments after this. Appreciate you all for listening in tonight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom half of the 7th inning, and slated to come to bat is supposed to be Nakagawa, Chano, and Kita. The rate at which the Buffaloes have been making changes, we are expecting more here. And here comes the first offering from the lefty Tamita. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2. It is a pinch hitter here for the Buffaloes. This is number 53 in the ball game. This is Sho Gibbo. This is where he has come into the lineup. He was already in the game defensively as he was playing second base in the last inning, but he finds himself in a hole at 0-2 here. And he pitches a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Moving over on it is Koji Chikamoto, and he's going to make the catch. He's going to retire Gibbo for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up slated to bring up the center fielder, Tsimasa Chano. We'll have to see if he is indeed going to get a chance to swing the bat. Yep, it's still him in the ball game. So he and Kita are the last remaining starters in the game for the Buffaloes. Kita coming up to bat next, and here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. This is the second inning of work for the lefty Tamita here. He didn't have much of a sweat in that first inning of work. There's a fastball that is swung on, and it is fouled into the seats over on the third base side, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chono here, waiting on the offering, and here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and tapped foul. This past the first base dugout. The count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chano. Tamita, as we said, on for his second inning work. He gave the leadoff single up to Wakatsuki in the last inning, and then he's retired 4 straight now. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined softly on one bounce up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Abada, who throws to first. It's going to retire Chano on a ground out, 6-3. So 2 up and 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's going to leave it all up to Ryoto Kita. We'll see how that's going to shape up. A couple of different angles, kind of neat angles on the swing of the center fielder Chano. So here comes the left fielder Kita. We'll just double check to make sure it is him. That's exactly who it is. The first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. For Kita tonight, he is officially 2 for 2. He has a single and a triple. He's knocked a run and he scored a run. He's also walked. He's been aboard every time he has come to the plate tonight. So no balls and 1 strike. As the lefty goes into the motion and he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that just misses low for a ball, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kita. Waggling the bat. As the left-handed hitting left fielder. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and it gets over the head of the right fielder all the way to the wall. Digging hard for 2, and rounding second is Kita. He's heading for third. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time. It trickles away from Sato, but he's going to stay right there on the base. As Kita has got himself a triple, the second triple of the ball game. Oh, this is with 2 outs here, so he is aboard at third. It's going to bring the top of the order to Koji Oshiro to the plate. So 2 triples here for Kita in as many at-bats. He's having himself a hell of a ball game, but that ball bounced, and it was not played very well by the right fielder. In fact, it was poorly played by Morishita. That ball bounced, got over his head. If he would have played that, maybe taken a better route to the ball, he may have been able to hold Kita to a double as opposed to the triple. Once that ball got over his head, it was that extra base that was going to be allowed to happen. And the first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to Oshiro. He takes that for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Oshiro came into bat in the 5th inning. He came in to hit for Noguchi, and he drew a walk in his first plate appearance. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Oshiro. The pitcher Tamita here has been very efficient. The leadoff single in the 6th inning to Wakatsuki, and then, of course, the 2-out triple here have been the only hits so far. And here's the 0-2. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 1-2. 5-2, the Buffaloes lead it here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They chased the starter Aogi early for the Tigers. And then after that, it's been a steady diet of relievers. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. Both clubs have gone to their bullpen here tonight. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty Tamita leans in and he gets his sign from his catcher, and he works to the set position. Now he kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Oshiro. Lefty gets a new baseball, does Tamita. He rubs it up. And here comes the pitch. He delivers a fastball, and it swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 2-2. So So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes to the hitter, Oshiro. The lefty works set. Now he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and it's lifted foul down the right field line. And the battle's going to continue. This is going to bring up the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Oshiro's giving him a battle. I'm trying to think of any left-handed pitchers in Major League Baseball that throw a split finger pitch. That last pitch was a split finger pitch. Looked like a breaking ball, but upon further review on the replay, it was a splitty. I know there are obvious right-handers who do throw it, but are there any left-handed pitchers that throw a splitter in Major League Baseball? I'm trying to think that one through as there's a fastball that misses outside. It runs the count full. Waiting on deck is Leonardo Cedeno, as he had pinched hit back in the 5th inning for Nishino. So we'll see if that's going to still hold suit. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. See, breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it and making the catch is the right fielder. That is Morishita, who is going to end the inning here, and that will do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the 7th inning. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors. There was 1 runner left aboard. It has been at least a 1 runner every inning left aboard for the Buffaloes tonight. Total in the ball game already, 11 left on base through the 7 innings. So your score after 7 complete, it is 5-2 for Orix. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being with us. Hold tight as we bring you some musical tunes. 5-2, everybody. We'll be back in just a few moments with our call after this. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. Here is our friend Matt Hollis.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change for the Orix Buffaloes. It is right-hander Jacob Waguspak coming into the ball game. Waguspak had himself an absolutely outstanding Japan series last year and coming out of the bullpen to help the Buffaloes to a Japan series title, as he is going to come on and work the 8th inning here tonight. There is a change, as a defensive change, as number 50 has entered into the ball game, and that is going to be Yuya Oda. By the looks of it, he's going to go into left field, but I'll have to confirm that for you when we look in just a couple moments. There is a pinch hitter coming to the plate for the Tigers, as it is in the pitcher's spot, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0. So for the Tigers now, batting is number 53, and this is Turner Shimida. That's what it says. I'll have to take a look to see if that is exactly what it is. And they say that Shimida is the name. I don't know if that's a misspell in the English, but that is where we're at. We got fastball that misses down. The count is now 2-1 to Shimida. Sometimes the translations off of the NPB site are a little bit challenged, so to speak. If you look at some of the literal translations, they're sometimes kind of funny. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. Every time you see Tomoya Mori's name, it shows Woods. There's a player who plays for, I believe, Chiba Kakanaka. It's in the corner. So sometimes there's different literal translations. There's a fastball that swung on and missed. And Sumida has gone down on strikes for the first out of the inning. One up and one away. It'll bring up the top of the order. Scheduled to bring up Koji Chikamoto. When you look at Sheldon Noisy, it just comes up as Noisy, Noisy. Of course, its spelling is quite a bit different. So Chikamoto comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He has flown out to right. He is lined to the shortstop, and he has struck out in his 3 trips. And his batting average has continued to fall as he's at 194 now in the exhibition season. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So the right-hander Wagner gets his sign, and he's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Wagner, of course, was a pitcher in the Toronto Blue Jays organization. Big, lanky right-hander, and it's the arms and the legs and the all coming from weird angles and directions. He's very much over the top when he delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right field, and it's going to get down past the second baseman, Sho Gibbo, who was racing out to try to get it. It was basically in no man's land. It was in the Bermuda Triangle, and Koji Chikamoto has got himself a base hit here with 1 gone in the 8th inning. So Chikamoto is aboard, and that will bring up the second baseman, Kai Ueda. Bird of a Bermuda Triangle as the right fielder coming in, just sort of let that ball bounce. And of course, on the turf, we've already seen it here tonight a couple of times where the ball will bounce and it'll take off and get over the head of the outfielders. So maybe you can't rush it in that quickly. Here's the first offering, and is a fastball that misses down to Ueda. It's 1 ball and no strikes. I'll check that. It's actually a pinch hitter now for Ueda. Number 25 in the ball game. As we said, we got to keep our eyes peeled here because they sneak in these ones. This is Rio Watanabe. So Rio Watanabe on here to hit. And here's the pitch from Wagner. It's a fastball that just misses down, and the count is 2-0. If I'm not mistaken, Rio Watanabe, as I look him up, was a Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagle last year. Nope, check that. He was a Hokkaido Nippon Ham fighter. He spent the first 9 years of his career with the Ham fighters. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. He was not a regular player. He was a regular player with the fighters during the 19, 20, and 21 seasons. He was only a part-time player last year, only played in 21 games. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike to Watanabe. A lifetime 257 hitter. He's got 28 career home runs in those 9 seasons, so not a lot of juice in the stick. So here comes the 3-1 offering, as it's a fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike, and the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. The last pitch was at 92 miles an hour. So here comes the 3-2 as Watanabe waits here on the offering from Wagner, who holds set, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. That one is fouled straight back. It's going to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner, Chikamoto, was on the move on that last pitch. Probably more than likely trying to stay out of the double play. It might be a strike him out, throw him out situation. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on it. It's going to be fouled off and reach the seats behind first base dugout. That's going to keep the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. The runner establishes his lead. And here comes the 3-2 pitch from Waguespack. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away. It's ball 4. That's going to be a 1-out walk to Watanabe. That's going to put runners at first and second with 1 gone, and it's slated to bring Sheldon Noisy to the plate. We'll see if it is going to be indeed Noisy to come to hit here. So Waguespack has walked the runner to put runners at first and second. And it is Sheldon Noisy striding to the plate. Well, Noisy tonight is officially 1 for 3. He singled and scored a run back in the 4th inning, but he's also struck out and lined to second. He bats here against the right-hander Waguespack for the first time tonight. Waguespack checks the runner, and now he delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Last pitch there, 93 miles an hour. Oyama waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering, or sorry, it's Noisy, waiting on the offering here. Oyama stands on deck. And there's a pitch. It's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Noisy. Tomorrow night, Tigers and Golden Eagles will be there to bring you that one, as we will on the Sunday game in Japan. So 1 ball and 1 strike as Waguespack works to the set. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. And here's the pitch to Noisy. It's a fastball swung on. He's rolled it over to short. They go to second for 1. Back to first. It's an inning-ending double play as Noisy has grounded into the 6-4-3 for the 2nd and 3rd outs of the inning. Well, they got no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is the Orix Buffaloes 5, Hanshin Tigers 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you all for listening in tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the 8th inning, and slated to come to bat for the Buffaloes is Cedeno, Wakatsuki, and Sano. They are going to be more than likely facing a reliever as the lefty for the Buffalo, or for the Tigers. Tomita had worked a couple innings. Now it looks like his day is done, and we'll get you the substitutions as they come in as quickly as possible. As we said, we've got updates here. It'll be a right-hander coming in. It's the first time we've seen a right-hander tonight. This will be number 54, Ren Kajia. So Ren Kajia onto the hills for the Tigers. One thing I will say tonight about the Tigers is their bullpen has been much better. We saw their bullpen last year. A couple times we did games, and boy, did they ever work slowly. So they are picking up the pace here tonight. So Kajia in the ball game here to replace Tomita, and he is going to be facing Leonardo Cedeno to lead it off here. And the first pitch to Cedeno is delivered. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Cedeno bounced into a fielder's choice to end the 5th inning in his first and only at bat of the ball game. He replaced Masahiro Nishino back in the 5th inning. There are defensive changes for the Tigers, but we'll have to get those for you as they come to bat. There's just a multitude of them. And here's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. As we said, we've been doing pretty good in keeping up with the changes, but sometimes they come a little too fast and too furious. Cedeno is 1 for 11 in the exhibition season. He's wearing the number 121. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is 2-1. Well, you have to start helping his cause and start swinging the bat a little bit better here if he's going to want to get a spot on the ball club. If they do sign him, it may be a time down on the farm until opportunity comes up. But with Frank Schwindel, Marwin Gonzalez, and Waguespack and others, there's a fastball swung on his ball. It's driven down the right field line and is drifting, and it's just going to reach the seats foul. Giving chase was Morishita, but it drifts off into the seats, and it's going to run the count at 2s. There's not a lot of space for the import offensive players unless somebody went down. I was talking earlier in the game about the Tigers a couple seasons ago had 8 international import players signed to contracts, but you could only put 4 on a game sheet at one time, have 3 in a game. So they had to bury 4 of them in the minors. Or at least it seemed like it. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. That was probably going to be ball 3 that Cedeno swung on. So the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wakatsuki and Sano waiting their turns on deck and in the hole. This game here is kind of the laggard of the bunch. There are now some games that are approaching being finals. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. There is only one final right now in the NPB exhibition season tonight, and that is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks knocked off the Hiroshima Toyo Carp 6-1. It was a final from the Fukuoka Dome in Fukuoka. So the right-hander leans in, he gets his sign, he works set to the belt. And now here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the battle continues here against Cedeno. It's going to be pitch number 8 coming up here in a moment. Other scores from around the league: 3-1 for the Fighters over the Swallows. That's in the top of the 9th inning. 4-1 for the Bay Stars over the Lions. Lions are on the board now. It's in the top of the 8th. 4-1 for the Eagles over the Giants. That's in the bottom of the 7th inning at the Tokyo Dome. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. As it's delivered, it's a breaking ball swung on, and it's grounded up the middle for a base hit. It's going to be a hit for Cedeno. He's aboard with a leadoff single here in the 8th inning. That is going to bring up Wakatsuki to the plate. Other scores in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Chinichi Dragons still have a 1-0 lead over the Chibalote Marines, and those are your scores from around the NPB. Of course, this one here is 5-2 for the Buffaloes. So Wakatsuki steps to the plate. He came on to pinch hit for Tomoya Mori. They do have a pinch runner over at first base for the Buffaloes, as it is 0-0 entering the ball game, and that would be Ryota Ishioka. And there's a ball that is bunted foul down the first base line, and the count is 0-1 to Wakatsuki. So Kenya Wakatsuki here, batting for the second time, as we said. Wakatsuki had a single in the 6th inning as he'd come into the game for Tomoya Mori. So here comes the offering, as again, squaring to bunt is Wakatsuki. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-1. So they're looking to move that runner over to try to get some insurance here. Are the Buffaloes in the bottom of the 8th inning? So 1 ball and 1 strike. The right-handed throwing Kajia ready to deliver. And instead he throws over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner, Ishioka. Ishioka establishes lead over there at first base. As we said, he came on to pinch run for Cedeno, who got going with a leadoff single. And here's the pitch. It's delivered. It's bunted. It's down. They throw over to second for one. Back to first. It's not in time. That's going to be a fielder's choice. Wakatsuki unable to get the job done. It's going to go as a fielder's choice, 1-6. They almost got the back end of the double play. Wakatsuki's not the fleetest of foot. Bang, bang, play over at first base. So they trade speed on the base pass for an out. That's going to bring up Torito Sano. He's batting for the second time tonight. Sano, he had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and one strike. So runner at first, one gone here in the bottom half of the eighth inning. Buffaloes and the Tigers are battling it out. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that is check swing swung on and fouled away. Count is 0-2 to Sano. So no balls and two strikes. Sano, a little tougher player to double up. He runs a little bit better than his counterpart Wakatsuki, who is at first. So here comes the 0-2 as they kick and deliver. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-2. Nice pitch, though. Good location, just a little bit off the plate. Trying to get the batter to chase. But no cigar that time. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Sano. This game here has been a decent game. Lots of hits for the Buffaloes. Not a lot of good pitching early from Aogi. There's a pitch. It's a fastball that is spiked down. Off to second went Wakatsuki, and he's going to reach there safely. I don't know if they'll rule that as a stolen base because the ball was in the dirt. I don't know if they really had a shot at him. Regardless, he was in motion. That ball ended up bouncing about 57 feet in front of the, or 3 feet in front of the plate. It was a 57 foot distance pitch. Runs the count to 2-2 now to Sano. Ticking down the time. We're not going to give a full recap at the end of the game as we've gone through our final scores, or we will get through our final scores. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Sano was down on strikes for out number 2. There is no extra innings in exhibition action in the NPB. The game is tied after 9. The game is tied. So this is going to bring up we're going to take a double check here as Yumamune was out of the game. It's Katsuya Yamashi who came in to hit. And he grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. So here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yamashi. He is 1 for 8 in the exhibition play as the right-handed hitting Buffalo, and he's waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Kajia. And there's a pitch. It is waved at and missed, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We will be Back on the airwaves tomorrow, or later today, I should say now, Friday. If you're on the Pacific coast of North America, or if you're on the East Coast, it'll be 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. We'll bring you the Giants and the Golden Eagles, as that pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. All the action of the NPB. So tonight and tomorrow night, more of it, and then we will bring you later on. It is going to be the opener starting next week. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded back off of the pitcher. It's going to be deflected over to the shortstop. A little bit of pinball going on here, but it's going to be a base hit for Yamashi. He's going to be aboard with a 2-out single. It's going to advance Wakatsuki over to third. And with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Daiki Watanabe to the plate. Comebacker right there. It hit the glove, and that went off the leg of the pitcher, and then it deflected over to the shortstop, and he had a play to nowhere. It's going to bring a conference to the mound as the defenses come in to talk it up with their pitcher. So runners are at the corners. There's 2 gone. Daiki Watanabe to the plate. Well, Watanabe is 0 for 1 tonight. He had flown out to left field his first time up. Curious to see if he's coming out swinging on the first pitch. He hit a bullet to Sheldon Noisy his last time up. So here comes the offering as they hold at the belt. They kick and they fire. It's a breaking ball swung on it. It's tap foul right at the feet of the hitter. The count is quickly 0-1 to Watanabe. As we mentioned also, too, be sure to check out the channel. Starting next week, we're going to give all of our picks on the community pages. So if you're into that sort of stuff, we'll be doing it on the daily. So I'll tell you who we're leaning towards or who we're fading from. We'll keep track of our record through the year and see how we do. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. There goes the runner down to second base. The throw is down, and it's in time as Yamashi is going to be caught stealing 2-6. And that is going to end the inning here for the Buffaloes in their half of the 8th inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There were 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving through 8 complete innings. It is a 5-2 scoreline. Just one last parting shot on this. 12 runners left on base tonight by the Buffaloes. They've been all over the base paths, and they haven't been able to cash in more. They should be really running away from the Tigers in this one. But they haven't been able to capitalize on putting those runners on base. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you all for listening in. Here's our friend Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half or the top half of the 9th inning, and slated to come to bat is the heart of the batting order for the Hanshin Tigers. It's supposed to be Oyama, Sato, and Morishita. We'll see what comes up to bat here in the 9th. And as we said before, we will wrap it up for you here right after this. It's not going to be an extended wrap up, but we are going to be able to give you guys all that information when we're done here. We got Mick in the house. How you doing there, Mick? We appreciate you for popping in here tonight. The end of our night. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow and on Saturday, as we mentioned, or I should say late Friday on the West Coast and Saturday as well. So hopefully you can join us for that. There is a pitching change. That is going to be Yoshihisa Hirano coming in, the former Arizona Diamondback and Seattle Mariner, ready to take over. And here comes the first offering. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. It is still Oyama in the ballgame. There are more changes defensively for the Buffaloes, but as we said before, you catch up on that. So no balls and one strike to Oyama. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and in. The count is 1-1. This game that we had done tonight was a sort of a late toss and a little undecided. I was watching the Michigan State, Kansas State basketball game. Game went to overtime and then took a nap. And I said, okay, well, we'll see how we feel. And decided at the last moment to add this one to the schedule. So we're glad for those people who have jumped in to listen, and pleased to have those people who listen on delay. And there's the fastball that misses, and the count is now 2-1. Not a big audience expected on a Thursday night when you got last moment notice. So 2 balls and 1 strike as Hirano kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count is 2-2 to Oyama. Oyama tonight is 1 for 3. He's been a part of all the runs. He hit a 2-run shot back in the 4th inning. He's also struck out looking and grounded to short. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander Hirano works from the set position. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 3-2. So as we said before, it's supposed to be Sato and Morishita to bat here, following Oyama in the 9th inning. And here's the offering, 3-2 on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. It's going to be ball forward. Oyama gets himself a leadoff walk. That'll bring up, or supposed to bring up Teruki Sato, and we'll see if that's exactly what's going to happen. So Hirano issues the leadoff walk. And it is going to be Sato coming to bat. Sato tonight officially 0 for 3. He has reached on an error, and he's popped to the second baseman and struck out his 3 trips to the plate. Our friend Mick says, you wondered how I would sound if I called a March Madness basketball game. Well, a few people have asked me about it, and I just said I just don't know the players. I don't know the insight. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded through the 4-hole into right field. It's going to be a base hit. That's going to put runners at first and second. It's going to bring the tying run to the plate. So Hirano getting himself into some difficulty here. That base hit by Sato and the walk to Oyama. Now it's going to bring Shota Morishita to the dish. So 2 for 3 for Morishita. He's got a single, a double, and he's flown to center field. So the Tigers are leaving it late here as they've got 2 on and nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. Morishita had a couple of interesting routes to the ball in this one. He had a zoo route that allowed a ball to bounce over his head and get to the wall. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. It was a triple, or led to a triple, by Ryato Kita. So he misplayed a ball. His route to it was a little bit dicey. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. He swings and misses, and that's going to be 1-1. Last pitch was a split finger pitch that was on its way down and just fell off the table. Good block there by the catcher. So the righty is going to take a look, and he's coming to the set position. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So Morishita waiting here, batting from the right side against the right-handed throwing Hirano. Works to the set position, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left center field. Moving back on it is the center fielder who's going to get under it and make the catch. Tagging it second, but having to hold up is Oyama. It's going to go down as a long out for Morishita. He's going to be retired for the first out of the inning. And we'll see who's coming to bat. It was Kento Itohara in this spot the last time. Let's see if they're going to make any changes, are the Tigers. So Kento Itohara coming to the plate. So the right-hander leans in and he gets his sign. I'll do a double check here to make sure that it is Itohara. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Looks like it's Sashiro Sakamoto who is hitting here. Sakamoto is hitting from the right side. He is going to be 30 years old later this year, 29-year-old catcher who came on as a defensive replacement for Ameno. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Sakamoto. Saw Sakamoto play last year for the Tigers. I'm not saying he splits duty with Ameno, but he does get more playing time. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 2-1. They currently list 7 catchers on the Tigers roster. Of course, that is their overall group. Not sure exactly what they'll trim down to if can't have that many on the farm. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. As Hirano delivers, it is a split finger pitch, waved at and missed. And the count is now 2-2. So Hirano trying to get himself out of this jam he put himself in. He walked the leadoff hitter Oyama, gave up a single to Sato. He retired Morishita on a fly ball to center, and he's got the catcher Sakamoto here at 2-2. So here comes the 2-2 offering as Hirano holds set at the belt. And now he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's tap foul just past the bag at third base, and that keeps the count at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sakamoto. Hirano looking to close the deal here for the Buffaloes as they have a 5-2 lead in the top of the 9th inning. Tigers are batting here down to their last wraps. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. They appeal down to the first base umpire, but they say Sakamoto didn't go. It's going to run the count to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hirano leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher. Can't make up these situations. It's the runners at first and second. The game is on the line here. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. And moving over underneath it and making the grab is Sato. He's going to fire that back in. That's going to retire Sakamoto for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to Ryuhei Obata. We'll see if the shortstop is still in the ball game here. Not sure if he's been substituted out or not, or if we'll have a hitter for him. But they're down to their final out of the Tigers here in the top of the 9th inning. Number 94 in the game. This is Fumihito Haraguchi, the 31-year-old coming into bat here. So Haraguchi in to hit. See how this one shapes up. And here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside for ball 1. And the count is 1-0. 94, Fumihito Haraguchi. right-hander delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at second, Oyama. The runner at first is Sato. As the Tigers are down to their final out, 1 ball and 1 strike. The crowd of Tigers supporters is in full sound. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and it's fouled away, and the count now goes to 1-2. Well, now they're down to their final striker, the Tigers. As Haraguchi is batting here in the 9th inning. Yamazaki in line for the win here in the final exhibition tune-up of the season for him. We are getting ready to get this one rolling next week. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Rano delivers. It's a split finger pitch, swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at third base. Keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Should they be able to keep alive, it's the pitcher's spot in the batting order that would be next, and can pretty much guarantee yet another pinch hitter. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Haraguchi waits here on the offering from Hirano. And he delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside. The catcher there, what now? You really wanted, or I should say, Wakatsuki really wanted that pitch. They didn't get it from the home plate umpire. That runs the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander works to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and this is grounded foul. Count remains at 2-2 to Haraguchi. It's quite the battle here between Hirano and Haraguchi. It's going to be pitch number 7 of the at-bat. Got to say that Hirano has been doing his part. He's trying to work both sides of the plate. He has been mixing speeds. And he has flashed his split finger pitch. So here comes the 2-2. Kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into center field, but not deep enough. Camping out underneath it is Sato. He's going to make the grab. That is going to do it. He makes all 3 outs of the inning, the center fielder. But that is going to do it here for the Tigers and their half of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. Your final score is the Orix Buffaloes 5 and the Hanshin Tigers 2. Stick around, everybody. I'll come back in 30 seconds and wrap this baby up for you. We'll also give you the scores from around the NPB, and we'll call it a night. All right, we appreciate you guys for listening. Okay, everybody, welcome back. We're going to give you the wrap-ups from around the NPB tonight. 3 games are final aside from this one. The first final is the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters knocked off the Yakult Swallows 3-1. That game was at the new Escon Field in Hokkaido, and that game is now a final. The other finals, it is a 1-0 victory for the Chichi Dragons over the Chiba Lotte Marines. PayPay Dome in Fukuoka was a 6-1 victory for the Hawks over the Carp. Games that are still going on underway. 4-1 for the Bay Stars over the Lions at games in the bottom of the 9th inning. Also in the bottom of the 9th, the Eagles have a 4-1 lead over the Murray Giants. Well, here in this one, the scoring came early, and then it came often. It was the Orix Buffaloes opened the scoring in the 2nd inning. It was a leadoff single by Marwin Gonzalez after a single by Kai Nakagawa. And a walk to Ryo Kita. It was a sac fly by Tomoya Noguchi. Opened up scoring for the Buffaloes 1-0. Well, the Tigers got that back and took the lead in the 4th with 1 out. It was a single by Sheldon Noisy. And then a 2-run homer by Yosuke Oyama made the score 2-1. But that was all the scoring for the Tigers as Buffaloes responded with two of their own in the fourth inning, a leadoff home run by Kai Nakagawa. And then with one out, it was a single by Ryota Kita, a single by Noguchi, a single by Nishino, and that brought home the second run of the inning, the third of the ball game by Ryota Kita. And then after that, it was 2 runs in the fifth inning, a leadoff double from Yumamune. And it was an RBI single by Marwin Gonzalez. He went to second on the throw. And after there were 2 out, Ryota Kita knocked in a run with a triple, and that scored Marwin Gonzalez to make the final score 5-2. All right, everybody. Once again, we appreciate you all for listening in tonight, and thanks for stopping by. We'll be back on the airwaves again in less than 24 hours. It'll be at 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. Giants versus Golden Eagles. Hopefully you guys can make it in here with us. We appreciate you all for being here. Once again, it's been another Last Wraps Baseball video production. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the call as much as we did giving it to you. We'll be back again later tomorrow for more action. Have a great night, everybody.